Alright, how's it going? We're back with this. I'm just, like, kind of going through a lot of, bookkeeping here. Because we have something with populating, with the Genoa, um... Well, I was gonna say Populana, but then I realized, okay, maybe not. With the Venice, trade node that's been moved to Bodopolis, I might be able to switch it temporarily to Darvisium to get the extra assimilation progress in maybe in like 2 or 3 months. Because we're getting a lot of Latin conversion here. The Latin burghers are only 200 less than the Venetian majority. So we'll get there. We'll get there, and once we get the majority, we're going to switch it to Darvisium. That will switch the market language of the Venetian market, which will then give us an extra 20% cultural assimilation. So that's really the plan, and then we're going to just keep assimilating Venice. Once we're done with that, and I think once I'm done with this general plan, this to assimilate this node here, I might switch to maybe integrating the Sicilian lands, and we're going to do something similar. Try and culturally assimilate, say, a lot of these Neapolitan territories, and I'm gonna form a city in Nola. Not yet, but I want to actually get some Latin pops in it first. Hopefully get a majority in Nola, and then switch the capital of the trade node in Neapolis. Another thing that I could possibly do, because I think I've already got a... Oh, I don't have a local governor here, but when I do build a local governor here, I could do something with that, with, like, get the, I want to maybe set a guy here as well. Give me a sec. There's also actually religious conversion stuff that I want to do. And actually, I might prioritize that because we do have a local governor in Venezia. We have another local governor in there. I mean, I used to. I did drop it previously to focus on other stuff. But right now, I think... Yeah, doing religious conversion is the priority, apart from obviously, like, actually, like, assimilating Venice proper and switching the capital back to Venice. That is absolutely paramount, because we want the trade network in the best suitable location, which is Venice. But yeah, we are spending a lot of money on that. We're spending 1,600 gold. Well, that would be a total of 2,400 gold, just going one to Bitopolis, and then one back to Tarvisium, and then to Venice. But, I mean, I think it's worth it. I really honestly think it's worth it. Reach say Bushu. Actually, pick all the vassal. Okay, we're not doing too terribly. That's good. So how are we doing with... What's this end? April. That's April next year. Oh, and then we've got this as well. Actually, you know what? I think I can... Oh, maybe... Right. And that's Antakya. I'm gonna obviously ignore this. Get this stuff out here as well. We are getting some annexation done. So that's good. I feel about... What am I going to do about the English as well? I might send some troops over. That should be stuff. Oh, that reminds me. I actually want to go and check out simulation. Can I do this with some of my vassals? Yeah, because they all rebelled against me, and the only ones who are actually probably willing to do something like that would be my fiefdom. And I think I'm not really on good enough relations with the fiefdoms in order to do that. Glauboden may be the exception. Avignon, eh? I mean, I'd really like to get Drakenwar to swap. Convert. Again, we're going to check this out again. Enforce culture, we can get that. Salzburger land. No, these are my bloody vassals. But you know what, I am going to keep my Diplo spending on high. You're going to wonder why, but because I need the diplomats in order to get two things. I'm going to go and get... Because I don't want to wait another 10 years in order to do these actions. So I'm going to try and do some religious conversion and cultural assimilation. Oh, I can't do religious conversion, but I can do assimilation with one of my fiefdoms. I think I might go with like Norfolk. Or Wessex. I think Wessex actually makes a lot of sense because they've done a lot of religious conversion here and they've almost pretty much converted everything. So I might as well just go with the assimilation Wessex. Plus, these guys have 28,000 troops, which would be very useful for the next conflict. This conflict with England. Or should I say the rebellion. This is like, you know, this is like the Republic of China and the People's Republic of China. Like, I'm currently, you know, dealing with the technically legitimate, but also not really non-existent government of the Kingdom of England, which is currently situated in exile in Newfoundland. Under Theobald II the Dubious von Baden. With King Dennis. His name is Dennis. I've never seen a King Dennis before. Like, Dennis is not a name for a king. But there we go. We have an actual English king. King Dennis of Amesbury. Which I would like to have a look at. I would like to have a look at his history. So he's actually a new character. I'm assuming he was also like the Admiral of England. This king, the King Dennis of Amesbury was probably like a peasant, right? Peasant who rose up the ranks in the Admiralty and is now like... He's now crowned himself King of England and is fighting against the German... evil German tyrant king of King Thomas the Second, the Dubious. What happened there? I was on 9,000 before. Oh wow, that's what the hell? That is a massive increase. Is that because of all the vassals, possibly, like the fiefdoms? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's insane. Let's go and take advantage of this while we're here. So, maybe Drakenoir, actually. Let's go with Drakenoir. What I want to do is maintain my diplomatic spending, because again, I want to get rid of as many subjects as I can, as quickly as I can. Not necessarily because of any push for centralization, but because if you leave the rot to stay for too long, if you let your vassals accumulate power over time, they're just going to keep building up their military forces. Yeah, it just it just becomes really unfeasible to maintain a big, like, vassal structure, at least the way that I'm doing it, for too long. Again, I am probably not going to have too much of an issue in the future because I'm currently probably in a really good position to actually start annexing these these Iberian vassals here. Future. And one of the reasons why they have so little loyalty is because they're actually not connected by land to any of my territories. But if I can get this guy solid, Ativa, Valencia, Mallorca, Balearics. All right, so this is a separate location. What do you call it? Province area. Ativa, Valencia. This is Valencia. Okay. Okay, something to consider. So I might go for like 1, 2. Maybe like Sardinia and/or Corsica. Let's have a look at their religious conversion. So they've mostly converted this. So that's really good. And I think they've done a considerable amount of Latin conversion. What market do they belong to? So these belong to Populonia, which actually makes it easier for them to convert. Yeah, something that I really should have considered before. It's going to be the same with a lot of these territories, which is why I'm thinking I might just go with Drakenoir for cultural assimilation. I can't do it right now, but actually I have already done it. Okay, that's good. But yeah, again, one of the reasons why I'm doing it, because I would like to take advantage of the market language. And it's also the reason why I am very persistent with my assimilation of the Genoan region, even though we are about to flip it to all majority Latin culture. We are going to stick around because we want that burger majority to switch the capital from Populonia, which is, I mean, not terrible. But it's also like a substandard harbour compared to Genoa. Similar rationale behind this. We have a majority in all the Venetian lands, but we want that burger majority, burger Latin majority. Yeah. And that's another thing I want. I really want to get another cabinet seat. And I think I can get it here. But I just need confessionalism. Which I think, like, compared to the other two technology groups, is, like, by far the best. Because it's all passive. Passive bonuses. You want passive bonuses. Passive bonuses are awesome. Oh yes, I want to have a look at the culture map mode. I'm probably going to switch this. I think I will. Let's do it. Switch it. Switch it up. Oh, this is another one. I might actually have a majority of burgers in Platinum. I do not, actually. Oh, hold on. Let me do the math. That's about 1,300, I think. So actually, no, we don't. No, I think we've got a majority of Orthodox pops. I might actually switch this. Do I get a thing for majority? Oh, I don't. I still think I might want to switch it up though. These are all still Catholic majority provinces. In fact, pause. We are actively doing stuff here. Actually, which roll to here. This is why you want canonical law. Canonical law is incredibly useful for, like, if you're like micromanaging like me for doing all this assimilation stuff. Yeah, it's definitely the way to go. I lost a bunch of these guys here. Shaver. I think I might want to peace out. So that's everything that I need. I don't think I really care much for these two guys, so we'll just we'll do it now. Do it. And we have the Pentarchy back. That's good. Alexandria. Oh yes, because my subjects are kind of powerful here. Yeah, we want to make sure that they're all doing siege or aggressive. Soria would be really great as aggressive. Why do they have so many troops? These are... Hold on. Yeah, the mercenaries, right, of course. What am I doing with this guy? Why am I starving? Why am I... I got so distracted with, like, all the micromanagement in Empire that I just really neglected that. Why do you have two orthodoxes? Why, game? Why? Maybe I shouldn't actually. You guys are really doing very well. Their conversion. It's actually insane. Hold on, I'm just checking. What's the market like? It's Barcelona. So they don't have all the positives. I'm not sure if they're converting burgers. It's mostly just... Yeah, they kind of simulate the Catalan guys. But they're converting all the other guys. We're very close. Very close. We just need one more month and we've got all the burgers we need. Burgers and fries. Bauernberg. Bauen. Fucking hell. Okay, so Hungary. Where we take your stuff? 16th of March. I haven't really been at war for that long. I thought this was a long war. Okay, so, and just as a reference as well, we want to have a look at what we can get from steel. Do something like this. That's 1, 2, 3. Take the cash as well. Maybe do war reps. What would be next after it? Yeah, who would I even declare war on? Who the fuck is this guy? When does this end? When do I get to declare war on these guys? Oh, I've also got a Casus Belli against Alexeyevia. And I might try and get like... Let's do it. Fuck it. Yeah, we'll just we'll have a little adventure in Crimea. Try and get Theodora back. Reunite with the territory here. Fuck him up. Genoa is now a part of our awesome land. Our patrimony. Burgers, Latin. This is 1,478. And Tarvisium has... I think it has what it needs. So I'm probably going to switch. We'll keep looking, scouring. Scared to see what if we've got a better deal, but I think that's it. We want. I say that literally. There's a better candidate here. Let's go and switch the fucking capital to Ossa, Claudia. Relocate the market. In fact, this actually might be better than Venetia as a market capital. Don't tell them that. And I think I'm going to destroy this one. We don't really need it, I don't think. I'd rather create like another another market around here. Yeah, let's destroy the market. A bit too close to Fossa Claudia. Well, I may turn into a city. Sorry about that. Pull them the troops back. Again, I'm gonna action. Nothing real. Because I don't have a diplomat. I'll be back in a sec. Give me a moment. Okay, back, sorry. Um, so what was I doing? Ba-dum bum 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 bum. Yeah, perfect. Castile is now our rival. They must be destroyed. Did my previous rival die? Oh, I see what happened. So Kingdom of England, right. So the Dennis Famesbury has won. The King of England has been ousted. King Theobald the Dubious, who is currently... But he's been replaced by a Catholic king. England finds itself to be a Catholic kingdom once again, ruled under by an English admiral named Dennis of Amesbury. With his wife, Margaret of Kingston. Very, very English-sounding people. Right, and we are no longer at war with England. In fact, we do not have a truce with them because technically we're not fighting against King Dennis of Amesbury. So we actually have the opportunity to potentially declare war on him in the future. I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to build the spy network, and we are going to declare war on him once we are done with Spain, with Castile. In fact, not only that, because we've completely wiped, like, this is a new England. This is the same England, but also a very different England. A Catholic England. Catholic England is actually not. They're not angry with us. You know, all this antagonism is all, you know. They have a problem with you know, the administration that came for them, so they're not gonna have the same rivalries and opinions of their enemies or the previous administration's enemies. So we're on good terms, but obviously we do not want an independent England on our doorstep. England is holding on to territories that are rightfully Roman. We're gonna take Britannia back for Rome after our abandonment. Like, whatever. When did we abandon? 800 years ago? I want to say 800. Oh, 1,000 years ago. No, 1,000. It would be 1,000. 1,100 years. What am I saying? No, yeah, because the Western Roman Empire fell in 488, whatever. So this is yeah. We'll get there. We'll finish this war. When is this? April? What? Oh, Perfect. Awesome. They're all speaking Roman Latin. Very good. Very, very good. Alright, where was it? Papal states have unconditionally surrendered to us in the against HRE. So I might start hitting them. Do that. Perfect. I think they've run out of mercenaries, that's why they're surrendering. Perfect. What else would I like to that would be awesome. Anyway. Affiliate. Once again, I'm just going to look at my cultures here and see who can I hate on. How's it going? Do I have it on Bulgarian? Do not. Don't hate Bulgarian yet, I do. So now we're going to piece these guys out and get unification. Or okay, all of our enemies. So we can start hating on more cultures. I hate the cultures. Good. So is that it? Oh, I've got another one here. Yeah. What apps? Okay, awesome. Need to send the troops out to help out with my allies here. It seems like, yeah, my vassals are really struggling. Yeah, they really suck. It's all bad. Oh, excellent. Does he not have a son? He does have a son, but maybe he wants to vote for him. Perfect. Is that a fiefdom? I saw getting trashed there. Perfect, it's a fiefdom. We've reduced the fiefdom strength just by getting them involved in this war. This is why I need to keep my Diplo reputation and my Diplo, what do you call it, spending as high as possible, because this translates to, you know, more dead fiefdom troops. It's perfect. What was the other thing? Right, so we've got the market languages. I'm just switching all the market languages to Latin to get the assimilation bonus. This one out as well. We're doing very well with this. I don't know why I did that. Am I going to make the switch to here? Probably not. This is almost like Fossa Claudia is just as good as Vin as a market capital. Right, we're going to start switching to convert. Province interaction. It's the so actually something else. Switch to this guy. Then with him, we're gonna get you to do convert. In fact, I can probably just keep. Yeah, I don't. I don't need to do that anymore. Integrate. Stream. One of the few times I'll start considering integration. It's like now. So what I want to do is actually build up affinites. I'm actually going to give them municipality to help out with everything. Privileges. And we're going to turn you into a city. Drop the army, mate. Increase taxes. I'm thinking about it. These guys already speak Latin, but they speak Church Latin. So I'd really like to change Czechoslovakia's language. This is one of the reasons why I'm keeping an eye on the Holy Roman Empire, because if the HRE switches to something like the Duchy of Holstein-Rendsburg, then I can switch Bohemia's court language, Latin. Roman Latin. important country. Yeah, I forgot that was a thing. I'm not really paying attention. I've been reducing my stability because I've been getting lots of tech. I'm probably going to drop it even further once I get confessionalism. I think I also was because I was getting rid of some estate privileges from the nobility to make way for primacy of the nobility. But I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of all of this. I think I hate this one. This is terrible. I mean, individualism is really nice, but the plus 20% cultural influence, I don't need that. And it just gives me extra expected cost of court. That's just, yeah. Gotta get rid of that. That's gotta go. You gotta go, man. And this is probably gonna go as well. I'd like to get rid of this one too. In fact, maybe not now, but when I'm in a better position, sure. Here's the thing. You might think being on negative stability is a really bad thing. But being on like really low negative stability means that your stability decay is actually really high. So you're actually getting more stability faster at really low stability. So it's like it has this really weird roundabout way of going like, okay, so if I if I if I just get rid of all these reforms straight up and just get rid of them as quickly as I can, then I can get to 0 and just leave it at 0, and I'd be fine at 0, but I would actually be a lot more efficient doing all of that, getting as many of these reforms revoked as possible. If that was the plan, right? If I want to get rid of all the nobility reforms, just remove them as quick as I can, because nobility power, relative power to my crown power actually goes down, which means my crown power actually goes up, which means I can tax them more. And it also makes it cheaper for me to revoke their privileges. And so, yeah, but also again, because decay is actually quicker, or decay to 0 stability is quicker at like negative 100. And quite frankly, I'm gonna be honest with you, the negatives being under stability, under negative stability is actually like not that bad. Okay, so sure, the estate's a satisfaction equilibrium is not good, but I have such high satisfaction generally with the estates that it really doesn't matter. They're not going to rebel against me. I mean, one of the negatives is that I get less monthly research progress, and yeah, sure, I get less legitimacy. But that honestly does not concern me that much. I have many ways to increase my stability. Like, I can press a button and get like 18 stability. So it's not an issue. As long as my legitimacy doesn't go below like 50, then I should be fine. This is another one. I want to go and take some cash. We'll do work, so I'm going to do familiar, but not yet. I want to have a look at some cultures. Because I'm going to go and declare myself hostile towards maybe the Croatians, if I haven't done it already. There we go. Those damned Croatians, man. Anything else? How do I handle the rebels? I just let them fire. Rebels are really easy to deal with, like, when you fight them. Yeah. So I honestly, I don't have an issue. I just use my levies to deal with the rebels. My only issue potentially in the future would be with my vassals, but my vassals and fiefdoms are relatively, like, peaceful. They're relatively, like, weak now. As long as I can keep my diplomatic spending on high and keep my vassals occupied with all these wars, then I should be good. I should be A-okay. I think Bohemia left the war. They did. Yeah, it's a shame. And really, most of these rebels are actually really, again, like, they're easy to deal with. They're not much of a hassle, because I can fight, like, 2 or 3 wars simultaneously and not have too much of an issue. The only issue would be with, like estate rebels, which, again, I don't really, unless I'm, like, really incompetent, I'm not going to drop below 25%, which I think is the threshold for a lot of these rebellions to fire off. And B, actually, the real issue would be Catholic revolts, and that'll pop up once I start annexing bits of land of Castile. But again, not a problem. I will handle that. Um, what's the thing I want to do? This guy. He is Latin. Good. Okay. If all your rebels fired off at the same time, do you think it would be a bigger threat? Not really. Not really. I mean, you think about it, all you have to do is wait it out. You can wait it out until you can piece out the co-belligerents. Then what you can do is, like, siege down the capital of each of the co-belligerents, and usually just sieging down the capital will give you all you need. Also, bear in mind, I'll just show you my map. There are no forts. So if they fire off, they have no forts to cling to. So all I have to do is just walk some levies into their territories and go, there we go, I've got your land. And then that's it. I proactively destroy fortifications when I get the opportunity. There are a couple of exceptions, though. Like, in my territories where I have majority culture, or where I predict I will have majority culture in several months, like, let's say I annex a vassal, and they have forts. I can inherit those forts and say, okay, so I'm probably going to go and assimilate all this land to primary culture, this being Latin, in under a year. Well, I'll leave those forts, because those forts are not going to turn against me. I'm not going to get a rebellion. But in places where I'm dealing with, like, Catholic majorities, like, let's say if I were invading the HRE, I am going to be proactively destroying fortifications, because those forts are going to be used against me. Actually, this is a really good example. This fort is going to be used against me by the Catholics. I should probably get rid of that one. But that's as far as I'm aware, that's really the only fort that the Catholics will be able to get, because I've destroyed all of these forts. They're all fucking gone. The only forts that are around are, like, owned by my vassals, and I'm not really too concerned about them. So, yeah. Again, you look at this. This used to be owned by my vassals, now it's just mine. Same with this, same with this. This is all, this is obviously very good fortifications to have against the Mamelukes. And I have made some preemptive measures to try and, like, stop them from, like, rising up against me. Maybe not quite as good as I was hoping, but it's still not too bad. I will start assimilating more of these Armenian lands to Latin, just to kind of absolutely crush and ensure that the Armenians don't rise up against me. But do you think forts should be sources of control? Do you think that would be a hard... I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Maybe they should be. I mean, I think in Imperator Rome, they used to have some form of benefit. I think it might have had something to do with, like, quelling, or, like, rebellions. I think the chance of rebellion in a territory with a fort was actually much less. What would make you want to keep forts around in restless territories. Nothing would want me to, because A, I'm paying maintenance on the forts, and B, the forts are they're gonna rise up against me, so I wouldn't keep the forts around. It's a moot question. Don't keep forts in restless territory. Unless, of course, the only exception would be if it's in an incredibly useful strategic position, like on a mountain range. But again, you have to consider if it's in a really useful strategic position, like in a mountain range, especially in places where you can attrition enemies to death, that's going to be used against you when the Catholics fucking rise against you. So, like, there's no point. There's no point in keeping the forts until you start converting that shit and assimilating that shit. There's, like, literally no point. Forts are just... Not only that, there's a secondary thing here, and this is something that a lot of people don't realize, or don't recognize, or just don't really give a shit about. And again, it's not really that much of a problem, I'm going to be honest with you, but... Forts also give nobility in the local area an extra 100% power. This is another thing you want to consider. Okay, so... This is actually not a really good example because I think this is understaffed. It's undermanned, but I think Constantinople might have a castle. There we go. 100% nobles power with a fully staffed castle. Another reason why you should get rid of castles. I'm actually kind of considering getting rid of the castle in Constantinople for this exact reason. They have Theodosian walls. Like, these are really good. But, like, the chance of anybody actually sieging down Constantinople, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think anyone's going to attack me here. And yeah, and again, I'd only just be giving the nobility in Constantinople more power. This is a big city. This is a big metropolis here. Not as big as I want it to be, but... Let's look at the nobility power here. Yeah. 115.68. And a big part of this, the reason why it's so big is because of this castle. Let's have a look at the castle. Let's look at Venetia, I mean. These guys also have a significant amount. Okay. Check out diplomacy. I might actually drop my my diplomat a bit. Just for a small bit. Cool. Let's have a look at the enemy armies. Oh, the Hansa. Jesus fucking Christ. Look at that. That's insane. Okay. Something. drop the focusing on attacking these wandering armies up in Bohemia. I'm actually going to go and ask a request for food access while I'm here. Dwindling supplies if I don't. I think vassals should have food access. Sorry, not vassals, alliances should have food access. Wow. So we're gonna go with integration. Integrazione. There's also this bit here as well. Once we've integrated that, actually I'm just gonna have a look just to see, maybe I can build some more towns here. How are we doing? Subject strength. I'll drop diplo spending as much as I can. Perfect. Let's have a look at our relations with France. There are a lot of false kings. The only true king is Dennis of Amesbury. Yep, I'm dubious. There we go. We've got a real Ascanier in my end. False. I don't get a lot of epithets there in territories. Much less interesting than the false or the dubious. A lot of dubious kings. And there are no, like, good kings in this game. It's really just weird to think about. Oh, again, right. Population. Part of Russia. Yes, Russia. So this is one local governor I want to build. So there's one. Maybe here in Aspalathos. There's fish here. Oh, I think this is perfect. And it's a really good harbor as well. So yeah, I think, is this, have I turned this into a city? Already turning into a city. Good. Building this hospital. Is this automatic? Question mark? Integration process. Oh, there we go. 698 days. Got another 2 years to go. In the meantime, we can place one here. One here. Or just go with Aspalathos. Another thing to consider, maybe, would be to get these navies. I think I kind of want to do that. I want to get these navies out. I'm actually going to start building some more navies as well. I'm going to check as well for local governors. Oh, there is a local governor here, actually. So maybe one of the things I want to do is switch. Let's switch this guy to assimilation. And we're going to switch this guy to conversion. Just going to get this out of the way. Finish this off. There's also this too, down here. Just going to check the total. This is Western Anatolia. Let's get a guy on that. You know what, though? I think I will destroy this. Not for local governor. Build local governors on the coastline in... Well, this one's a really good one. This one makes the most sense to me. Ragusa is, like, amazing. And then when we build up these cities... Actinites. When am I gonna retake France? When I'm done with Spain and when I feel like I've dealt with the HRE, which might take some time, but we'll get there. The problem is I don't want to open up too many fronts, right? I've already got a front with the Mamelukes, right? And they're already pretty difficult enough as is. And then I've got obviously Castile and the HRE and Hungary. The Hungary's are really easy because every time I fight them, I wipe out their arms. But essentially, one of the issues is I've got a kind of relatively weak navy. I don't focus much on the navy as much as I probably should. And actually, now that I'm here, I might as well build some more cogs. every time I fucking like I always forget to put my cog fleet into port, so I'm always getting like attacked. Or if I do put it in port, it's usually like, oh yeah, the port that was actually hosting uh the ships gets sieged down, and I forget to fucking put them in a different port, and then they get attacked, and it's like, oh fuck. I'm really bad at like managing that stuff. So yeah, I'm again, I'm probably gonna go actually build up that cog fleet because I want to ferry my troops across left to right, right to left in the Mediterranean, and we need more ships. Yeah, at least currently I can only carry about 10,000 troops, so I'll double, maybe triple what I've got already. Hold on, I just want to make sure. Cogs, are they like level 1? Oh, they are level 1s. I might just get a tech. That might be cheaper and a bit easier. But I'm actually gonna go and drop all of that. Let's get the tech and upgrade the ships. How hard is the campaign? Pretty easy. Well, it's difficult at the start off with, but like kind of like with EU4, and obviously similarly in EU5. Once you make it at a certain point, once you've stabilized your initial situation, it's actually kind of easy. No matter what they throw at you, it's pretty easy. The Mamelukes are really the only like obstacle that I've had so far. Because they actually field a lot of high quality troops, and their levies are actually high quality too. So, again, I haven't had, like, I mean, I have defeated them twice, so... I might start sending some troops down. Just, like, once this is done, send them down. Actually, you know what, fuck it. Let the enemy, let my allies siege this. I'm gonna go and attack, guys. Who am I fighting in Germany? All the Germans, that's who I'm fighting in Germany. All the Germans that aren't Roman Germans. So, what was I considering? Oh yes, another thing that I want to do, maybe potentially get... I don't think I can get Croatian culturing. I was originally doing that. It dropped below 2.5. How long did the Casus Belli take for all those little states? No, so this is a coalition. This is a coalition. I actually declared war in Castile, and they all joined. So really, so my Casus Belli against Castile took me 6 months. That's 6 months for all of these states to join in. In the future, I intend to declare war on the HRE again, and just a I'm not sure what I would do. I think I would do a parliament agenda Casus Belli, like parliament fabrication. Yeah, cool thing about these small statelets is they look really strong when you know, at the start of the war, because they hire lots of mercenaries. But if you know how to, like, prolong the war... Oh, this is ours now, bitch. Muscovy, we hate you so much. Anyways, if you prolong the war, those mercenaries run out, and the cash reserves for a lot of these small statelets run out. So you can actually, like, siege down as much as you can towards the second half. No problem. Yeah. When am I going to reform the Roman Empire? I'm thinking about it. I mean, I might actually do it soon, relatively soon. But what I want to do is kind of build up my power base in Italy first before I do that. And also build up my cash reserves. Zarsugan. Alright, well. Good. Boo-boo. I'm not getting any control here. How long does a siege last? I'm not entirely... Well, no, I'll really tell you right now. Siege depends on... I think it depends on how many friends you've got, but also your leader trait. General trait, I mean. But I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I think on average about a month. Or maybe a bit less than a month.
Pretty good.
That has gone. I might just end it here. Actually, really good. Oh god. Oh. the side here. I just setting that up. Really great podcast called The Rest is History. Turn off. Yeah, I'm doing great. Um, I have switched the language to a lot of these um these markets to Latin by switching the market capitals. I mean, it's kind of suboptimal in certain places, like with Populonia. I'd much rather have it be in Genoa, but I want the market language because it gives extra assimilation, which is really good because it gives percentages even with passive assimilation in the area. As you can see, 18.82% on top of all this stuff. Um, yeah, so I want to build that local governor here. I think there's another one that I can build, and I'm probably going to build it in the city once that gets built up. I've also brought my barks here, because I'm planning on maximizing my maritime control in this area. But I want to actually start exporting to here as well, to these ones. Because I'm going to be focusing on assimilating the Croatian coast. So, there might be a better target for assimilation in Naples. Not only that, but you know what? Let's do this. I'm gonna go and grab myself Neapolitan as an accepted culture, and I might do the same thing with Sicilian as well. It's alright. Yeah, a lot of Latin majority pops here. Another thing, or just to point out, so my short-term plans, after I'm done with this war against Castile, which again, that's something I should point out, I'm at war with Castile, but once I'm finished with this, I will start focusing on dealing with these Crimean and surrounding territories up in the steppe. I'm actually going to take advantage of this and maybe potentially expand up into here as well. I want to get, like, a connection, a road connection between myself here and Roman territories in the Crimea and around the Black Sea. Primarily with the goal of getting like a connection to like a second front with the Georgians, because they're a real pain in the ass to fight because of this one thing here. The bottleneck. Massive bottleneck here. There we go. Have I destroyed the Mamluks yet? Well, I mean, in a sense I have. I mean, I've taken their, like, core economic regions here. They still have access, I believe, road access to this, so they're able to get local governors in these Syrian territories, but I think for the most part, like I have crippled them. Sorry, just give me a sec. Yeah, so as far as like religious conversion, assimilation, my minister plans, I have almost finished assimilating in like the southern Anatolian region, so I'm probably going to switch them around to integrating the southern Sicilian, sorry, Napolitanian territories. I've got some people converting up in the north here, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I probably want to get a head start on integration. Because I've got these territories as accepted pops, they're going to be like immediately caught up, so I might as well do that. I've also got midterm plans to build up local governors on the Croatian coast. I'm building up cities here in places like Aspalathos and Athenides. I've also got Ragusa pretty much set up already. That's a city at the start of the game. But that's set up for a local governor, but I'm not going to place it yet because I need to integrate this as well. I have a vassal here in south of Bruges that's about to get annexed. Another thing to consider is the fact that this is actually a part of the Bulgaria area, so I might actually want to go and integrate these northern Bulgarian states just to take advantage of this assimilation, area assimilation. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. It's the right decision. So we're going to integrate Vidin, integrate Flavin. There's another one up here as well. I am going to build a local governor in Tarnovo. And we're going to get rid of these Bulgarians once and for all. They're all going to speak Latin and or Greek. Well, we've done the religious conversion here. We've already got a majority in most of these locations, so I might as well switch this as well. We're going to go and integrate. Check his score. Yep, he's pretty much good all around. Alright, yes, we've got a majority of this, of accepted pots, because there's a lot of Greeks in CD. $10,000 pots here, getting 541 assimilation a month. But I might be here for a while. So I'm probably going to move this area assimilation guy and get him to do the same task in Bulgaria when we build up that local governor. So we've got a cast spell against these steppe peoples, which I will press in a bit. So hey. Oh, it's this guy. Alright, we're gonna start moving our troops to the east. So I'm not really interested in fighting this war for much longer. I just hope my allies will actually do the work for me. I mean, I can drop my demands. It's not too much of a problem. I feel like my vassals are doing a good job though. Probably not. Perfect. So I'm gonna switch this guy. Great. Bad all day. Oh, and if we can get confessionalism as well. Perfect. Let's do that. I really like confessionalism. Because now I can get all of these amazing technologies, like rights of the clergy, for example. Cheaper roads, tax efficiency. Yeah, a monthly religious influence is actually not too bad. Proof relations is pretty good. Supreme Court, I believe. Yeah, that I mean, I'd like to build that. Legitimization of power. What does that give me? Leviathan was a good one there. Pop conversion speed of plus 10%. Don't care about that. An extra cabinet seat. I want to get that one. A shoal. Yeah, like it's all very good. Some of the best technologies in the game, I think. Perfect. So base of plus 10 pop conversion speed is actually a lot better than plus 10%. Um, it's really, really powerful. Right click. Alright, what's next? I'm gonna look at this again. 29%. Last time I checked, it was about 24%. It's actually going pretty. Um, basic. So. I'm actually gonna get. Um. Uh. But once I've got my drink, I'm gonna. I really want to. Well, my allies are really like they're really dragging it along. But once I am done with this, once I've if citizens, we are declaring war on the Sutaids and setting up this border, getting a land connection to our possessions in Marden, and maybe even just fully annexing. I want to. Another thing I want to do is essentially establish a longer border in these mountain ranges against the Georgians. Anyways, gonna get that drink. See you in a sec. Alright, give me a sec. With this. Alright, so... Sorry about this. Yeah, so... That's 5%? No reason. Right. Gotta keep this war going for a bit longer and peace him out. Oh, yes. Bulgarian. Hate the Bulgarian. Is that the mid? Makes it good. Latin. A lot of these German. Yeah, this. Oh, this is Alu. Well, it's already a town, so I might as well consider it a lead. Build the city. Oh, well, I've already got Nick a bit deep. Go mid. Say that properly. Nick go mid. Alright, so they should be there and... stuff. Do I do. Anyways, a lot of people. Lots of humiliation going here. Subject. Minus 11 seems it's going down by the bloody... alone. I don't care about... Alright, so I have to end the war. I think I'm just gonna go with this. Peace out. Form a vassal. And what's next after that? And then I'm gonna declare war on those guys, the Sutayids. That's what they're called. Just want to make sure. Okay, so I'm going to destroy these fortifications. The vassals build it up. Why do you need... Good. Gotta make a vassal, because vassals are control. Agnes von Cham. Now the leader of Granada. So, subject action. Province. Seed province. Perfect. Now, next would be the next thing. I want to have a look at my subject actions. Can't change religion or culture. Can declare war on Sutayids. double check that. Sooty is 1st of May. She is, so we gotta declare now, practically. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Oh, fuck. Oh, did I fuck up? Military access! No! Okay, I'm gonna have to save scum here. Fuck! Fuck, fuck, fuck! Oh, it's too late now, isn't it? Oh. Fuck. Oh, I really fucked that up. I didn't even realize I had military access. Okay, so who are the Jalarids? Okay, so if I declare war on the city and bring the Jalarids in, that's still a big thing there. Alright, that's, I'm gonna have to hit, I'm gonna take the hit. Oh, that's really bad. Or just not take the hit and just not declare war. And that's just that's, you know, I don't have to fight these guys. Honestly, I think I might be better off just not doing that. Or I can just create new Casus Belli. And that works just as well. In fact, maybe just prioritizing declaring war on these Balkan states. Yeah, why not? God, I really fucked that up. Okay, oh, man. That was really stupid. Waltz. Theodoro. If I declare war on Theodoro, then I can get Trebizond. This is actually something I'm considering. Why is that? Sorry, babe. I'm gonna try to draw order of before I head off. And oh, marriage. That's it. Like I would be. And we're gonna do on. This is it. And that's it. Yep, I'm gonna go now. Alright, good night everybody. Good night. If you want to catch up on the stream tomorrow, everything gets uploaded on to automatically as a VOD, so, yeah. And I'll be streaming all day tomorrow again as well. Good night, everybody.